In this lecture, let us discuss about challenges in NLP. First challenge is contextual words, phrases, and homonyms. So as words within the English language, they can have same pronunciation but completely different meanings. Major challenge that software developers face when looking to create either chatbots or speech-to-text applications are homonyms and contextual words or phrases. For example, say many people they struggle with the appropriate usage of the words like their, their. Similarly, their, there. So these words they are pronounced the same. So there. So pronunciation is same. They in fact elicit completely different meanings when used in written or spoken languages, right? So as humans themselves may struggle to use words in the appropriate context from time to time, a software program that is being developed from scratch would undoubtedly face these challenges as well. And if I take a word bank, so this bank, again pronunciation is same but the meaning is different. So this bank, it may refer to either a river bank or a financial bank. Next, second one is synonyms. Here, synonyms, they present challenges for machine learning models that NLP uses to function. As many different words can be used to describe or illustrate the same idea, machine learning model that has not been trained on all possible synonyms for a particular word or phrase will struggle to identify these words when they are implemented within a chatbot or speech to text application. So if you take large, a word large, so large, substantial, enormous, and massive. So or they are the words that can be used to describe size of a particular object or person, depending on the context in which they are used within a particular conversation. So if I take this big, so here in this sentence, the synonyms for this big can be either large, enormous, massive, etc. But I can't use large in place of big here, right? I can't say large brother. So this is again a problem or challenge. On the context, they should be used within a particular application or particular conversation. And the third one is irony, sarcasm, and tonal differences. So here the concept of irony and sarcasm, it can be conundrum for software developers looking to create NLP machine learning algorithms. So when speaking to a person in real time, so many people, they often recognize sarcasm or irony through the tone of the speaker's voice or context of the conversation at hand. As software programs, they'll not have access to these non-verbal cues. Such applications can struggle to understand words that have positive or negative meaning on the surface level that are in fact being used to denote opposite meaning when used in conversation. Say suppose if I take this sentence. So here first let us define this irony and sarcasm separately. So if I use the words that say opposite of what I really mean. So it can be as a joke or with a tone of voice that shows this. So if I say something opposite to the word, then that is irony. So example, so if someone walked into an empty movie theater and said, wow, it's too crowded in here. So here we are saying completely opposite, right? So we are moving into an empty theater, but we are telling that it's crowded in here. So that is a irony statement. And we can even take say example like this, saying thank you so much for your help after someone crushed your new glasses while helping to look for them. So they came to help you, but they crushed your glasses. So if you say thank you so much for your help in that situation, then that is considered as an irony statement. Then sarcasm. So when we speak something sarcastically to someone which hurt their emotions, and if we say something in a negative sense, then that is considered as a sarcasm. Say suppose if I take a sentence like this, after receiving bad customer service when eating at a restaurant, a customer might make a sarcastic remark saying that the service was top notch. So here we are telling something in a negative sense. So without the context of receiving bad customer service, software program would not be able to realize the sarcasm in such a statement. So say suppose if this bad customer service, it was not given. So if the computer program, without the context of receiving this bad customer service, so how the computer program will be able to recognize whether this is a sarcastic sentence or whether it was the statement was given by the customer in a positive way or positive sense. So these type of things are again difficult for machine. And the fourth one is ambiguity. So as language has developed as a result of thousands of years of human interaction, all spoken and written languages will contain some modicum of ambiguity. So say a simple sentence such as I saw the boy in the street with my binoculars. So if I take this sentence, it could have two different meanings. So one meaning is, on one hand, speaker could be saying that they are looking at the boy in the street via binoculars. So in first case, I is having or I is holding binoculars. In the second interpretation, speaker could be saying that they are viewing a boy walking in the street who physically holding speaker's binoculars. So in the second interpretation, boy is holding binoculars. So ambiguity can also cause various issues for speech to text applications and chatbots. So we already saw different types of ambiguities. And next one is errors in speech or text. So simple errors in speech or text, they can lead to challenges for speech to text applications. So common example for this is misuse of words, effect and defect. So if I misuse the words like this, say effect, effect. Small error. So it struggles with handling errors like misspellings. So we just changed this first word. So now, here, while these two words they sound the same and even they have similar meanings, misusing these words can completely alter the meaning of a phrase or sentence. If you take this example, a person might be looking to say that the music that they listen to figuratively affects them. So in place of this A, for example, if you place E, what happens? So here it seems like a simple error. So human beings would be able to grasp the sentiment of the comment, whereas software program, it might take the same sentence to mean that music has had a physical effect on speaker. So it will consider that music had physical effect on speaker. But the intention is wrong, right? Next one is colloquialisms and slang. Colloquial language is nothing but it's a casual language ordinary people use in everyday conversations. So it's informal and conversational too. So if I say, what do you want to do? So it is nothing but what do you want to do, right? So both of them, they actually represent the same meaning. So how can we define colloquialism? It is informal, everyday language which is used by specific geographical region. Coming to the slang. Slang is informal language that people in certain social groups, generations, or subcultures and regions use. Slang changes often. Old people, they often complain they can't understand how kids speak nowadays. Well, that's because of the ever changing nature of slang. Popular words come and go. So, slang is context and group specific. That means rock climbers, they have their own slang, whereas people in their 40s, they have their own slang. Office workers have theirs. So, if you're not part of a group, it can be hard to understand. So, better examples for this colloquialisms are the ball is in your court. So, that which is nothing but it's your turn or your responsibility, right? So, here, what it represents. If someone says the ball is in your court, it means it's your turn or your responsibility to take action or decide. So, this phrase is often used to shift responsibility or decision making onto someone else. Whereas, if you take another example, you're pulling my leg. So, if someone says this statement, it means that they think the other person is joking or teasing them. So, this phrase is used to express disbelief or amusement about something that someone has said or done. So, these are some examples for colloquialisms. And coming to examples of slang, so some of the most common slang that teenagers use nowadays are if they'll use a term called bet. So which means okay in response to a question or statement. Then if they might use glow up, which means change appearance. No kizzy, which refers to or which represents I'm not lying. Or slay, that means do a good job. So this is the most common slang which is being used by the teenagers nowadays.